One thing we know about the Ottawa Senators, they have cap space. They have signed Colin White to a 6-year, $28.5 million contract. So $4.75 million cap hit. There's some risk. And I know, as somebody who's followed the Senators, I know the trajectory that you're looking at with White. But he's played a grand total of 94 games in the NHL. 16 goals, 31 assists, 47 points. There's some risk to this. That being said, they had to get him signed. I don't see this necessarily as the big watershed contract that's going to decide some of the others. And at some point, I'll do a News of the Day video today where we can talk about what's going on with the RFAs and how if you're a fan of a team with one of these big name RFAs on it, this is where things get kind of dicey. But for Colin White and the Senators, they don't have to worry about it, and White is going to be counted on to be a prime player for them going forward. We're talking first line minutes, we're talking first line power or first unit power play time as well. Wouldn't be surprised to see him on the PK, but it's an interesting and difficult task being handed off to players like White in that, he's very young and he's kind of being counted on to help lead this team out of the basement and back into a at least competing for a playoff spot. So, White this year, you can look for him to get more points than last year, obviously. How many more? That's going to be an interesting total because how White plays may very well decide just how well Ottawa does this year. If he comes out and he scores, say, 60-plus points, 25 goals, Ottawa may be more competitive than we expect. But this contract, it's one of those ones that 3 years from now we might look back and say, well, White didn't really pan out. Or we might look back 3 years from now and say, hey, great contract, great cap hit, and the guy's a bargain. So there will be those who look and say this contract's going to be a bargain down the road, and those who say there's some risk. I'm on kind of both sides. I'm and again, this is from cheering for Ottawa for a very long time. I want to get sort of excited about what White could become and where he could end up, but at the same time, I still have tremendous concerns regarding a lot of the things that Ottawa does. This contract, though, I think it's a gamble that Ottawa obviously can take. That's why I started this with these guys have lots of cap room. So this contract probably doesn't go back to bite him. It makes him the second highest paid player on the team behind Bobby Ryan, and he'll keep that position, I would think, until Shabbat's due for an extension, and Shabbat's going to make a lot of money. This is the thing. The teams that have a ton of cap space, it can be as soon as 2 or 3 years down the road, and then we're talking about, cap crunch here too. So it'll be interesting to see what happens, and Colin White is going to be a central figure for this team for, I would think, at least the next 2 years. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Again, it's nice to see an RFA sign. That's a novel concept in and of itself. Don't forget to hit like or subscribe, or both if you're just browsing your way through and you're just tapping upon this video. And hey, thank you guys so much for watching, for all your support. I will talk to you again soon.